Hi, I'm Silky, and I'm going to be going through Sunset Street, which is the project I've made for Unit 72, which is about lighting and lighting techniques. So this is the level that I've made. I've called it Sunset Street because it's a street where it is permanently sunset. I changed the sky colours so that it is red, orange and purple, and then if you follow it across the sky it goes over to the normal sort of blue with the grey clouds over on that end. So we've got the horizon over here. The colour of the sky didn't change the colour of the land, and I wanted it to look like sunset, so like golden hour, so I changed the colours. I've got two directional lights here. So this one is purple, which if you look at the rocks and mountains, you can see the purple light affecting it there. And then this one is like an orangey yellow. And this sort of covers all of the ground. It gives it a golden look, which is the look I wanted it to have. So it's got that sort of like magic golden hour feel to it. So if we come over here, this area is a little bit darker than it is over there, and also it is quite misty. I used fog, so here is exponential height fog that I put down over here. This one is like a white colour and it's quite thin but covers everything to give it a sort of misty look. I also wanted inside the cave and this end to be a bit foggier, so there is another fog over here. Oh, there we go. There it is. That one's it's black to try and make things a bit darker, but as you can see, it doesn't make things too dark. But you can see its effect if you look over here. You can see how it's more foggy or misty in the side there. I also gave it a smaller radius so that that fog doesn't cover as much as this fog does, which this one is for everything. Okay, so lights that I've put down. This lamp over here is one that I've modelled and animated. It's got one movable spotlight in here that I attached to the rigging, so that when it's moving, when it's animated and it swings from side to side, the light does as well, and so does so you'll see the shadows moving beneath it. Also, to make it look like it's got a light inside it, like a candle light, I've got these three point lights here. They're all slightly different colours. This one's a darker red, this one's a more like orangey red, and this one's like a sort of not as dark, like pinky orangey red, with less saturation. So when it's swinging, it does look like there is light coming from inside it, like a candle or a gas burner, which is kind of how I wanted it to look. If I was doing this again, when I was creating the lamp, I would have this as separate parts, and so I could have this part as glass and have maybe a candle that you can see inside it, and then I could have attached a light to the candle and had a movable candle light with it as well. But I am quite happy with how this looks when it's working, when I've got it playing. So I'm happy with how it turned out, but I would do it differently if I did it again. So I've got them sort of dotted about on the street corners. Also, it's styled after the weird sort of shape of it and stuff is styled after how Studio Ghibli style their lampposts in their animations. So it's a bit of a like homage to them, I guess. I've also got another lamppost over here. I just thought this one fitted better with sort of the end of the road and the sign getting you to choose which way you want to go. So this has got a yellow spotlight. All artificial light, apart from LEDs, have an orange, have a warm tone to them, so it's all yellow, orange and reds. So that's why I've got this one as a yellow glow to it, as you can see from the shadows and the area that it lights. Sorry. Okay, so other lights. In all of the windows, I've got rectangular lights, just so that there is light coming out the windows. This one, there's no, like, the windows are closed, but there would still be a little bit of light coming out of it. So I've got a light here, but the intensity isn't as high as the ones with the open windows. These houses I got from a pack. It's from the Advanced Village pack, and they do already have some light coming out of them, but it tends to be light that doesn't affect the area very much. It just makes the windows look like they glare. So I've still added rectangular lights to all of the windows, so they're on all of those. So I've got some candles over here. So I've used one spotlight with a reddy orange colour again to signal the candle light, and I think that works pretty well. It reflects so much off the candles that it looks like it's coming from the candles when it's actually not. So I'm quite happy with that. Also over here I've got a little noodle restaurant. So for the signs, I wanted the signs to sort of look like they were neon glowing. So I chose blue neon coloured lights, rectangular ones, to match with the shape of the signs, and they are all over here. Originally I had the blue lights and then also some orange lights, making more of a shadow on the floor, but they collided and I couldn't meld them together, and I didn't want the signs to have an orange glow. I wanted them to have like a neon blue glow, so I ended up getting rid of the orange lights that I originally had here, but I'm happy with how it looks. So I've also got this street light kind of here, so to make it look like the light is coming out of there, I've got that's the tree. I've got one spotlight which goes across onto the ground, so that's sort of where the light would come from these. And then to make it look like these are glowing, I've got three spotlights sort of in between them, and when the game is playing it looks like those are glowing. Yes, also on the tables, so you can see I've got like little tables with the umbrellas, and the ones without the umbrellas I've got candles. So with the candles, again, I've done what I did with the other candles, where I have a yellow spotlight, yellowy orangey spotlight, which I feel like gives the impression of candles, and I've got them over here as well. Then in these ones I have a spotlight which goes sort of cast the shadow that you would get from a light attached to the thing I've got attached to the umbrella. I've also got a light fitting put in there as well to make it look like there's a light in there too. And same with this over here as well. So I've got the spotlight here which covers this. So that is everything, all the lighting. I'm pretty happy with it. I did add some just like random little things in here, like a waterfall, and I've got a pumpkin patch over here too. But I'm gonna run it now so you can see what it looks like when it is being played. That'll just take a moment, so I'll be back in a second.